computer is one thing, but using it is another. For those who might be unsure of what to do with that new personal computer, there may be a club in the Valley that can teach you what you need to know.
Are you mad about computers, or are they the apple of your eye? Do they take you to seventh heaven, or do they make you want to explode? Are they your whole world, or do you think they're just for the birds? However you answered these questions, it's becoming a fact of life. Computers are here to stay. And more than half of the households in the United States today own a home computer, but may not be aware of all that their investment can accomplish.
The person buying a computer takes it home, plugs it in, turns it on, and has usually piles of manuals to read to understand how to operate it. But if he can share with others who have had the same problem of getting used to using a computer, he can get started much more quickly and can learn a lot more about what his computer can do.
Wally Ely is a member of the Apple Computer Users Group, a branch of the Lehigh Valley Computer Users Group, which originated in 1980.
A user group is normally a collection of people with a similar interest. In this particular case, the Lehigh Valley Computer Group is a conglomeration of groups. We're basically an umbrella organization which goes to support the individual user groups.
There are approximately 15 individual user groups within the Lehigh Valley area which hold monthly meetings and share information about that particular computer.
When you belong to a user group, it's a different level of learning. You're getting in touch with people who are using the computer themselves for varied purposes, from engineering to education to personal home use. And that you really can't go out and find in a classroom anywhere, that type of broad exposure about the types of application you can use a computer for.
Back in the first days of the computer, everything that was done on the computer had to be learned by the individual. And this is one advantage of forming a users group.
Users groups are very useful because of the fact that there's a lot of information passed from one person to another that wouldn't normally be available through a store. We have common needs which stores don't present, nor do they deal with.
Although stores are necessary to purchase the computer and its accessories, they usually don't have the time to spend with each individual customer after the sale is made, which is why user groups have been established.
Manufacturers are trying to sell you everything they can, and you're a victim pretty much of the advertising. User groups allow you to become an educated consumer, basically. As an educated consumer, you're going to be able to get much more out of the tool that the computer is for you.
Users groups don't worry about trying to sell you anything. As a matter of fact, most of the time, users groups are there to give you things for free, rather than ask you to cough up any money for something that you don't know yet whether you want it or not. But at a users group meeting, you can find out what it is, whether you want it or not, and perhaps even get a chance to talk to people who have it and have used it and can give you a better report on what it is.
With so many computers to choose from, how do you decide which computer and its group is right for you?
I guess the best way first would be to figure out what it is they want to do with the system. If they want to use it as a learning aid, or if they want to use it as far as sort of like a home business type of a thing, they would have to determine what it is that they want to do with it first. If they have no idea of what it is they want to do, about your best bet is to go around to different users groups that specialize in different computers and see what it is they do with it.
The size of the clubs range anywhere from 50 to over 200 members. And whether you're an amateur or an expert, a computer user group could be for you.
Generally, the people who come to user groups fall into three general categories. They're rank beginners who come there because they're totally bewildered and can't get help from whoever sold them the computer. They're intermediate users who have gotten fairly well up to speed, but who are looking for that extra something, or who are thinking of enhancing their machines, or are looking for advice from people who've been there. And they're advanced users like me who go there because I know there are going to be other advanced users. And not all the information you get by going to these meetings comes from the advanced users. Many of the intermediate users have been fooling around with something new and wonderful that you may not have seen.
Well, when I moved up here, I was looking for other folks that use Commodore computers. I'm a big Commodore fan, and I didn't know anybody, and I read an announcement in the newspaper about a user group meeting. So I went and have been delighted to meet some other folks who have the same interests that I do.
The computer user groups in the Lehigh Valley welcome visitors and new members to their meetings and demonstrations. No matter what computer you're interested in, there's a user group for you. Whether used for recreation, business, or educational purposes, computers are a vital part of today's society. The computer is no more intimidating than a pocket calculator or the automatic teller at your local bank. And user groups are here to prove that.
Good boy, Max.